Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another week of Daily Doses. This week in a new location, enjoying the beautiful weather. We're hoping that you're taking advantage of that as well and getting outside and walking and enjoying nature with the Lord. But we're hoping that the Lord is using these Daily Doses to draw you in deeper, and that each and every morning it would just lead to an incredible time between you and Him, just talking and communing together. And today we get to look at a passage in Colossians chapter 1. And so if you have a Bible, pull that out right now. We're going to be looking at verses 9 through 14. And this passage is actually a prayer that Paul is praying for the church in Colossae. But this is an incredibly important prayer to my wife and I as well, because when our son Cameron was born just over 7 years ago, we wanted a passage that we could pray over him every single night before he goes to bed. And this is the passage that we chose. And so for 7 years, this has been playing in my mind. And this is an incredibly powerful prayer that we can pray over others, but also for ourselves, no matter what season. But I really see it for us in this time, while we're quarantined, while we're distant from one another. It's something that we need to be praying over one another, but also over ourselves, that the Lord would be growing us. And the prayer goes like this. Paul prays, "Ever since the day we heard about you, we've not stopped praying for you, asking that God would fill you with the knowledge of His will through all spiritual wisdom and understanding. And we pray this in order that you may live a life worthy of the Lord, pleasing Him in every way, bearing fruit in every good work, growing in the knowledge of God, and being strengthened with all power according to His glorious might, so that you might have great endurance and patience, joyfully giving thanks to God who has qualified you to share in the inheritance of the saints in the kingdom of light. For He's rescued us from the dominion of darkness, and He's brought us into the kingdom of the Son He loves, in whom we have redemption and the forgiveness of sins." Like I said, this is a powerful prayer because it's based in the gospel. Because of what He's done from us, bringing us from a place of darkness and bringing us into the kingdom of light, we can be joyful at all times, no matter what's going on. And we're praying for one another and for ourselves that we wouldn't be filled with the knowledge and wisdom of the world or of our flesh, but that we'd be filled with the knowledge and wisdom of the Spirit, and that we'd be operating and living a life that's worthy of the Lord in the Spirit and not in and of ourselves. And we're praying that He would give us power every single day, that He would strengthen us through His glorious grace so that we can take on whatever is thrown at us. And in that power, we would have endurance and patience. And man, do we need that during this season. This is dragging on, and it's going longer than any of us would hope. And so we're praying that the Lord would give us endurance to weather this, that He'd give us patience in the midst of this, that we wouldn't just be making it through, though, but that we'd be seeing His hand in it every single day, that He'd be filling us with His knowledge and His wisdom and His insight, so that this would be a time of growth where we are bearing fruit. That's what we got to see yesterday in the passage in John 15, that's our job as those who are connected to the vine, is to bear fruit. And so in this season, let's be praying for one another and praying every single day for ourselves that we would follow in this pattern, being filled with Him, living a life worthy, and then bearing fruit for His name. Have a great day.